Hey, I'm too sexy for my shirt. Too sexy for my shirt. Hey, now. All right. Let me get decent again. This is for every Scorpio riser that wants to lose some major weight in the next 7 months. This is August 2022, and what I'm talking about is going to go all the way to March 2023. If you're a chunky monkey, if you're a plus-size boy or girl, and you want to get slim and trim, and you try for many, many years, only to gain more and be very frustrated with your results, great news! Great news, because you're getting ready to lose. You're going to be a winner by becoming the biggest loser. And you're not wanting to lose weight, but you're a weakling and you're, what we call fat skinny. This is a great time to build muscle. This is a time to get your physique looking sleek, lean, mean, fat, and sexy. Scorpio stinging machine. All right, let me get serious now. Why are we going to see many Scorpio risers having dramatic changes in their appearance for the better? This is sidereal astrology. I do both tropical and sidereal. And if you don't follow sidereal, you should, because when it comes to predictions, it's probably more accurate than your personality assessments in tropical. So yes, I do both, but this is sidereal right now. And what is interesting is that Mars went into Gemini August 20th, 2022, and is going to be there for 7 months. Mars normally just stays in a sign for a couple months, but it's going to be in Gemini for 7 months because it goes retrograde for a few months right there in December. At the end of October, December, and January. So it's going to spend a lot of time in this particular zodiac. So what does that mean for us chunky monkeys? What does that mean for us that are a little bit on the plus side? It means that Mars is moving into our 8th house. The 8th house, because for all Scorpio risers in whole house astrology, you got Gemini in the 8th. And what is interesting is Mars is the natural ruler for Scorpio. Mars is the old, Pluto is the new. I look at both of them. Especially if you're going to do sidereal, you look at Mars. And what is interesting is Mars rules the first house for a Scorpio riser. First house is about your body, your physical body. Yes, it's your personality, it's your life path, it's the most important house by far. But with that being said, it is also the physical body, and it's going into the 8th house of transformation. We're going to see a lot of dramatic transformation for the next 7 months for those Scorpio risers who want to be able to feel better, look better, get healthy. This is the time to do it. Now, real quickly, why are there some chunky monkeys? I hope that's not an offensive word. They used to call me that when I was younger. So if that's an offensive word, please forgive me. I don't know. And I'm not even saying that you have to lose weight. You do. If you want to be healthy, you want your joints to be healthy. And we're not even talking about looks. But even then, it feels good to look good. And there's nothing wrong with wanting to look your best self. But why do some Scorpio risers have trouble with their weight? I'm one of them. I am one of them that have trouble with weight. And what's funny, some people say, oh, you're not Scorpio risers, because Scorpio risers are all sexy. They're all like this mysterious look, and they're fit and trim and tall. And I laugh at that assessment because lots of reasons why a Scorpio riser would be heavy. Number one, let's say you're not doing whole house astrology. Many of you late Scorpio risers, means you got Scorpio in a late degree, is going to have the majority of your first house in Sagittarius. Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. First house is our body. Jupiter in the first, or aspect in the first, or Sagittarius in the first, makes a Scorpio riser big because it expands the body. So let's say you do whole house. Like, well, I don't do unequal house system. I got Scorpio all the way in my first house. Why would I struggle with my weight, Chair? Because you have Sagittarius in the second house then. And Sagittarius in the second house rules, besides how we obtain wealth and what we value, it rules the mouth. Now, once again, now we have Jupiter, the planet of expansion, saying you're going to put a lot in your mouth. Calories in, stomach out, meaning the more calories you consume, the bigger you're going to get. It's as simple as that. And so Jupiter for Scorpio risers rules our second house and our fifth house. Fifth house is the pleasure. Jupiter rules 5th house because Pisces in our 5th. Jupiter rules that. Listen, follow the treadmill here. Get on the treadmill, by the way. But follow the treadmill here. 5th house is pleasure. Well, where do we get our pleasure? Look to the other place Jupiter rules. 2nd is in eating because it's the mouth. So many Scorpio risers get their pleasure from eating. And there's nothing wrong with that. Food is wonderful. Food is awesome. I mean, if you got a Mars in Taurus, now you aggressively just mindless eating. You like to eat, right? You're not even thinking, you're on the phone. Man, you just popping that stuff in your mouth while you're talking, not even thinking about the calories that are going, a moment on the lips, a lifetime on the hips. And so if you got Jupiter aspect in the 1st house, so you got Jupiter in the 9th, Jupiter in the 5th, Jupiter in the 7th, if it's aspecting or 10th house, if it's aspecting the 1st, then once again, Jupiter is putting that influence of expanding the body. So there are many people that are Scorpio risers that are heavy set, but sexy as hell. Sexy. Too sexy for my shirt. Why are they still sexy? Because sexuality is it's a vibe, it's swag, it's mental, it's emotional, it's chemistry. And Scorpio risers, whether they're big or little, know how to have hold that sexual energy. Even if you're not aware of it, there's this sexual energy that comes off of you. Nothing like a heavyset girl that's got confidence. Nothing like it. Girls, I'm going to tell you, men like confident women. Now, we like feminine women. Of course, I'm with the man, so maybe I shouldn't be talking, but I do talk to a lot of men. And yes, men love feminine women, but men also get turned on by a woman that's confident in her skin. Just because confidence breeds sexuality, because Mars is courage. And so when someone like Scorpio that just gives off courage, even if they're not, you could be the most insecure person. Scorpio's paranoid. On the inside, you're paranoid. Oh, what are they thinking? What are they thinking? Oh, whatever. But on the outside, people, for whatever reason, like we said, pick up that mystery, pick up that feeling like you're confident or sexy in your demeanor and your speech, because a lot of people are comfortable in Scorpio rising talking about sex, and that can be fun. So even if you're a plus size, you can definitely be sexy. You can definitely be having a great bedroom game, great sexual love life. So this isn't like, hey, you need to lose weight to get a boyfriend or girlfriend, or you need to lose weight to look beautiful. No. You can have confidence, you can have swag, you can have just all this stuff that goes into sexuality outside of your weight. But there are some of you, such as I, who like to be able to wear nicer clothes because for some reason, now maybe, don't get me wrong, maybe where you come from, you can be plus size and dress really nice. And I know, piece of advice, if you're plus size and you can dress nice, do it. Clothes really sets off the demeanor. But boy, where I came from, it was like, you had to wear plaid, or if you're a plus size, big and tall, it was all like you're Paul Bunyan or a picnic table spread out on the ground. And nothing wrong against plaid. I mean, my boyfriend thinks I look good in it. But the point is, they didn't always have nice clothes in our size. So sometimes that could be difficult. So in these next 7 months, you're like, you know what? I want to be able to fit into my clothes better. I want to, there's no line. When you lose weight, you feel better. You feel great. You look sexy. So, for those plus size Scorpios, now's the time. Why? Because Mars is in Gemini 7 months. Our 8th house, the 8th house, a lot of times it's the house of loss. Well, what are we going to be losing? We're going to be losing the weight because it's first house ruler. Mars rules our first house going into the 8th. Our body can lose the weight. Lose the guilt. Whatever's holding the weight on, if it's guilt, lose it. If it's low self-esteem, lose it. If it's fear, lose it. Find out subconsciously why you're eating all the time. Are you an emotional eater? When you get upset, do you eat? Are you a mindless eater? You're just not being aware and you're eating. Subconsciously, do a little inner work. Do 8th house is psychology. It's subconscious. Go beneath the surface. Go real deep and find out why you struggle with your weight. What do you need to change? And what is beautiful is if you're a Scorpio riser, you need to be lifting weights. You need to be either jogging or doing something physical because our chart ruler is Mars. Mars is about physical activity. So if you're not getting physical activity in your life, it's going to hurt your career. It's going to hurt your health. It's going to hurt your relationships. Because all that mental energy now becomes self-hatred. It becomes complaining. Energy's got to go somewhere. Mars says, get out there and move to get the negative energy out of your mind. You're sitting around watching all these TV shows and just eating and not moving that body, it creates drama. Now you're one of those people that get caught up in drama, talking about everybody else's love life and trying to counsel them instead of creating your own love life because you feel like nobody wants you. And but that's going to change because Mars is going into the 8th house, meaning you can stick more to an exercise program now than probably at any other time. You can stick to a diet now more than any other time. The energy to get off the couch, the energy to go into the gym, the energy to, oh my God, start another diet, or as they like to say, a lifestyle. That energy is coming right now. And it's going to go on. Where will you be 7 months from now? In March of 2023, you can be a Slim Jim. You can be the best you've ever looked. Now, how do I know this? In practical ways. I had my Mars go into the 8th house in my solar return, And that's not all of you, but this was me last year. I lost 60 plus pounds last year. 60 pounds I lost. And did my sex drive go up? Yep. Did I get a lot of dates? Yep. Did I find a solid relationship? Yep. There's a lot about transforming your body that translate into transforming other areas of your life. Now, I'm not saying being skinny is going to make you the happiest person on the world. I'm not going to say that all your troubles are going to go away if you lose weight. But boy, your cholesterol is going to come down. Your skin may get better. I mean, your hair, your nails. There's a lot about just your feet and just your whole demeanor. You have more energy for your kids, more energy for your spouse. Energy definitely translates to wealth. Energy definitely translates to people wanting to be your friends and be around you. Everybody likes high energy. And this is going to be the time that you can take off all those extra pounds that are holding you down. So I don't want to keep reiterating it. Look to see where your Mars is in your, even though Mars is in the 8th for all of us in this transit, in the sidereal for the next 7 months, you have your Mars somewhere in your natal house, natal chart. So if your Mars is in the 7th, you might want to exercise with your marriage partner. Actually, this is something you can do together or get a partner in the gym. 7th house is partnership. So if you're trying to lose the weight all by yourself, that might not be a good idea. You may actually need someone that can go on the weight loss journey with you. Partner with someone. Keep each other accountable. Maybe your Mars is in the 4th house in your natal chart. 4th house is the house. Mars is our physical energy, our exercise routine. You might need to get a home gym. Go ahead and get you some stretchy bands. You know, those stretchy bands can do a lot. Do not be deceived. They can make a difference. Go put a weight system right there in the house. Get you a Peloton or whatever they call that thing, or a treadmill. If that Mars is in the 4th, you definitely want to be working outside, working in the yard, doing things around the house. All that energy, just walking in the neighborhood. 4th house is our family, our neighborhoods. You know, third and 4th, if that Mars is there, get out in the neighborhood, walk around, bike in the neighborhood. That's going to be a good thing for you. We get Mars in the 11th in your natal. You want to join actually, you know, a gym, actually a group, maybe a running group, a sports team. 11th house is the house of group associations. So you might want to do a Zumba class, right? Get in there and take a Zumba class. Take a cycling class. But group activities are going to be really good for you. Doing group exercise is excellent. Whether it's a sport, a physical sport, join a sports team. There's all kinds of teams out there. You can be overweight and play volleyball or polo or something just for fun. And but it's Mars's movement. This is the time to move back into the gym, move back out into the neighborhood, moving around. This is the time to get that body moving. You know, you got that Mars already in the 8th house. You know, I'll come out and tell you, if you've not already seen the video I put before this, sex life is going to be great the next 7 months for Scorpio risers. So one of the ways you can lose weight is actually have some great sex. I'm telling you, if you get sex on a regular basis, you can easily lose anywhere from 3 to 5 pounds a week if you're heavy set. If you're really heavy set, those first couple of months, 3 or 5 pounds a week if you're having some great sex, and you're like, oh, well, I'm too big and I don't like my body. I'm going to tell you, you can lose the weight by getting out there and hooking up and getting outside of yourself. Go watch that video. If you've not seen it, go watch how you can transform your life by, opening up your legs, opening up your mouth, That might be a little crude. I'm sorry. But Scorpio risers, we can be a little naughty sometimes. And naughty can be nice. So go look at that. And, of course, caveat, I'm not saying that your self-worth comes by how much sex you're having. But sex is an issue. And losing weight makes us feel better to have sex. A lot of you men that are overweight, you have erectile dysfunction. That's going to help that. There's nothing like being able to, once you start lifting weights and getting more muscles, be able to lift your partner up in the air and do some different positions. You're overweight and you're trying to have sex. Man, that can be a lot. That could be a lot. But you lose that weight, man, your sex goes from a sprint to a marathon. Marathon, man. All right, the next 7 months. So how much weight you're going to lose, all right? How much weight you're going to lose. I lost 60 last year with my Mars and the solar return in the 8th. I probably need to lose, 5'11". I'm 5'11". I weigh 190 pounds, 189. I was down to 177. Fell in love in a committed relationship and gained 20 pounds back. That happens. But luckily, my Mars is going into the 8th house like yours in this 7-month transit. So I should expect renewed energy to come into me to finish off, to lose those 20 pounds I gained. I'm thinking I'd like to get down to 175. Some say 170 is the average weight of a man. I look kind of scrawny. I'd rather be 175 and have the pecs and muscles. But whatever, do you got any weight loss tips? Do you got any advice? Throw it in the comments. Better yet, in the next 7 months, how much weight do you want to lose? Be healthy about it. They say the healthy way is 1 pound a week, maybe up to 2 pounds. But let's encourage each other. Let's encourage each other. If you're going to use astrology accurately, use the timing of astrology. Now is the time to make some major improvements into your physical appearance. You can do it. All right. I'll see you, everyone. I'm going to go out for a walk. And when my baby comes home, I'm going to find some other ways to lose weight.